Hello, 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 and good morning. And it is nice to see y'all. It is currently 10:02 on Monday, February the 17th, 2025. And this is what, episode 3, 4 of Brittany's Bubble? You get a little bit of video today. So excuse me if I'm not looking at the camera. Sometimes I'm getting used to talking on camera. Again, on today's episode, I am going to get into how to batch content that you can use forever. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned and we will get into it. Okay, so I am recording all of this on Photo Booth. And I've never used Photo Booth before. So this is what had happened. I kind of let TV lapse. So like when I went to go test everything with the Tele app, I went in, I did my little test promo and whatever, and I go to log in and it's like, oh, you need to upgrade. And I was like, and then I thought about it. That payment did go through last week and I ain't got it this week. So I'm using what we got for the free and what Adobe is charging me for. And of course, CapCut. I'm actually happy that CapCut is back and they didn't keep that $20 a month pro fee. I logged in because this is what they did because they knew it wasn't on the App Store. My pro plan was supposed to lapse on the 6th because they were like, on February 6th, that was my next billing cycle. They were like, you're going to lose pro. But they kept giving me 3 days. So like, it'd be like the 1st and it was like, you have 3 more days. And then the 3rd will roll around and it'll be like, you got 3 more days. And then the 6th will roll around and you got 3 more days. So they were 3 more daying me to death for a couple of weeks. And then they finally put TikTok back on the App Store and they put CapCut back on the App Store. And when I went to go log in for Pro, it's like, rejoin Pro, renew now. And I was like, how much is it? Because I had talked to them. I had an email where I emailed them. It's like, look, am I going to still keep my rate? Because I'm not setting back up if it's going to be $20 a month. Like, I will find someplace else. And they were like, oh, no, you'll keep your rate. So my rate was $7.99. I went and I logged in and they wanted to charge me $10.99 or not $10.99, $9.99. It's like, look, it's better than $19. So I went and I resubscribed. So if you're talk with my hands, but anyway, so yeah, on today's episode, on today's episode of Brittany's Bubble, we are going to be talking about how you can batch content for 1 year. Just give it 1 year and you can use that content for the duration of the time that you're either for your business, for the business that you do marketing for. You can use that over and over, year after year, forever. Last year with the business that I work with was my first full year of me really knowing what I was doing when it came to digital marketing. As you all know, that's a career that I stumbled into accidentally. You all know the story of me. I was a hairstylist for 6 years, got sick, had to step from behind the chair, and my father gave me a job running his social media and basically entire e-commerce for his business. So it took me a while. The first full year that I was there full time was just building the presence. So that was 23 was the first full year with e-commerce. So I was still trying to figure everything out. 22, I think I built the website, but it wasn't like a full year of e-commerce business. So 2023 was the first full year. And I got an idea of what I was doing. But in 2024, I really hankered down and was like, okay, I got a plan. These are the key dates for the business. And this is where I have to focus promoting on. So I did that and I focused on making content for those key days. So for us, it would be after Christmas, well, the start, beginning of the year. So at the beginning of the year, Valentine's Day, I put something out for Valentine's Day because it's Valentine's Day, but not really. So the first major event would be the MEAC tournament in Norfolk. We are very involved with the HBCU in the area, so we do stuff for MEAC. A lot of the alumni shop with us, so we focus heavily. That's like our first big event of the year would be MEAC. And then after that, Easter, it's hit or miss. People don't really dress up for Easter anymore. So like we get some Easter and then we don't. After that, it would be Father's Day. Father's Day is our Super Bowl. Like you could say that for us because we specialize in men's clothing. So our Super Bowl is Father's Day. That's where we put, outside of the holidays, that's where we put most of our marketing dollars behind, would be Father's Day. So we focus on Father's Day. Then we chill throughout the summer. We get like, it's straw hat season. So we get people coming in for like straw hats, for like linen, 2-piece sets, stuff like that. But then like we're basically on chill until October. So October, we have a bunch of local festivals going on. There's actually a festival in our district that the store is in that we usually do stuff with them. We have our own little fall festival that we do as a store every year. And then we start focusing on Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, all that good stuff. And that's basically our year. So last year was the first year that I actually made decent content for each major event that we do during the year. So when it came back around, like I was like, okay, first we start with Valentine's Day. And I was like, okay, I'll just pull some stuff from Valentine's Day last year. I did some amazing content for our Valentine's Day campaign last year. So I just pulled from that and just redid that, updated it with items that we have in the store for this year, and just put it out. And it did fairly well. And even with one of them, all I did was change the wording. I kept the same jacket because even though it was a jacket from last year, we still had some in stock. And then at the end of the day, it just looks like a really nice Valentine's Day look. So I added that, and that did really well. And then for MEAC, I was basically like, I'm not going to do all this work for MEAC this year. Like, I went above and beyond. I did like a bracket. And then like the thing about it is, because our clientele is a little bit older, they don't really interact on like social media and stuff like that. I try to do like some interaction stuff like on Facebook and Instagram and the stories, but they don't really interact with that. So like I did a whole bracket and it went okay. I had some people like participating in it, but I was like, I'm not gonna go all out, especially with us having so much other stuff going on. We have another year campaign that we're doing. So I was like, you know what? I did it so big for MEAC last year. Let me go pull from some stuff from last year and just tweak it. And that's what I did. And if you're on my Substack, I posted a couple of days ago while I was actually working on it. I had one graphic from MEAC that I did last year that I kind of revamped for this year. And it took me maybe 30 minutes. And the only reason why it took that long is because I was trying to find a different background and I couldn't find what I was looking for in Canva. So I just created a prompt and put it in the Mid-Journey and found a prompt to work with. But aside from that, like, that's all I've been doing for all the emails. All of our emails for MEAC were basic. So I basically sent out the same emails. Like, I have them scheduled, and it's like all the same emails. I sent out my "Are you ready?" Just changed the date of MIAC for this year. Bam, scheduled that. MIAC collection, because we do like a collection of like sportswear. I just changed that. Took out some of the products from last year, added in some new products from this year. Bam, that's another email. Another one is for our customers who are coming from out of town. Where are you going to stay at? Boom, here's some hotels. I basically used that same graphic. There was no point in me changing it, so I have all the same information on it. And sent that out. And then I think it was another email, that the graphic that I showed y'all on Substack, that graphic was for another email that I was working on. So that's 4 emails. That's 2 weeks, because I send out Tuesday and Thursday. So if I send out those Tuesday and Thursday for 2 weeks, that's 4 emails. That's 2 weeks. But I'm sending those out once a week. So that's 4 weeks of emails done. Half of your email content for 4 weeks is done, and all you got to work on is your sales email, because I send out a newsletter and a sales email every week. So my newsletter emails are complete, and now all I got to focus on is sales, which is the easy part. So that's what I'm saying. It is easy for you to, if you just like crank down and put in that work for 1 year, you already have a template and a blueprint to pull from for the other consecutive years. And then, like, if you don't want to use that same graphic, you just go in and tweak it. Like, some things aren't going to change. Like, MIAC is always going to be basketball. Easter is always going to be Easter bunnies and eggs and pastels. Father's Day is always going to be about your daddy. Christmas, Thanksgiving, those things, the concept of those things don't change. So don't try and reinvent the wheel every year for stuff that isn't going to change. Like, you're putting more pressure and more work on yourself doing that, when you can just go back to what you have, see what worked, see what your customers enjoyed, and they would love seeing that again, seeing it in a different way. Because at the end of the day, customers love repetition. Customers love comfort and knowing what to expect from you. So if you did something 1 year and they enjoyed it, and you bring it back next year, they're going to love it. And it's going to bring more traction to your business. They're going to show friends because it's something that they enjoyed. So, like, quit trying to go over the top and reinvent the wheel and make something completely different and over extravagant for 1 day, or when it comes to MIAC, a week. Like, stick to the basics, stick with what worked well and what got you engagement, traffic, especially if it got you sales. Like, why would you switch it if you're getting sales from it? So just focus on, use your old work as a template. Just like, okay, this worked, let me put a little stank on it and put it back out this year. And somebody who is really good at doing this is Starla Moore. And I think on Instagram, I know on YouTube, it's Starla Moore. And then on Instagram, I think she's under Handmade Alpha. And she's really good at doing this. She actually teaches this. Like, I watch her and her husband religiously every Friday on her Friday Bean. I don't even have it. Well, I do have an Etsy store because I just got a sale from it this morning. I'm like, oh, I forgot I reopened the store. Well, luckily I have the product. But I'm not even really like an active Etsy seller like that. But I still watch her religiously, her and her husband, because they give really good advice. They give really good knowledge on not even just Etsy, like a lot of stuff that I watch from her, like with branding and with like advertising, social media. I get a lot of that from her, and like, even though it's for Etsy, I can adapt it to what I do in my own job. And plus, they're just cool. Like, her and Mark, I think his name is Mark. I watch them every week and I can't think of his name. But they're just cool. Like, it's just chill over there. It's a really good vibe over there. So I'll tag them if I'm on. I'll tag their YouTube channel in the or in the description. But she's really good at reusing pictures, reusing content every year, because her content doesn't really steer too far from what she does. It's like, she's Etsy business coach, so she does Etsy so she can use content over and over again. And for the life of me, I can't think of what she's pointing at, but it's like this billboard or something that she's pointing at, that picture she uses every year. And there's one of her sitting on a porta potty, I think, but she uses it every year and it's a hit every year. I like it. I know, because I like it every year. So, I actually look forward to it. Like, I've been following her for some years now, and I'm like, I actually look forward to that content. So, she's really good at reusing what works. And there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, I understand, like, y'all want to always go bigger and better. But, like, with growth in business, like, it gets hard, especially when you're a one-man show. It gets hard to go in and try to put on big productions every year for your business. Like, shoot, even me, I'm not even a one-man show. I just work in I am a one-man show when it comes to marketing and e-commerce for the store. But if I had to do all of that on top of running a business by myself, it would be impossible. So make it easy on yourself and just have batch content and have some content to where you can use as a template. Like, even in Canva, I have a folder for different holidays, different events that I can just go back to, and I have templates in there that I can go back to and reuse those pieces of content as templates. Like, for my hats, I found a story template and a Facebook post template that when it gets warmer, hopefully, I'm looking out the window because it's cold as hell. But once the weather finally breaks, I can start promoting our straw hats. And I already have templates for that. I already have templates for our different brands. Our Western hats, I did a little hint for, like, when Cowboy Carter came out. So I have templates for our Western hats because I'm going to start pushing that next month for Cowboy Carter tour. I'm going to start pushing our Western hats. So just make it a little bit easier on yourself. Don't try if the biggest takeaway that I want y'all to take away from this episode. Now look me in the eye. Hold on. Give me a second. Look me in the eye. I'm going to see if I can zoom in on this. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Come here, babe. Look at me. Quit trying to reinvent the wheel. Okay? Okay. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can use that same old wheel. You can make it a little new. You can jazz it up a little bit, but quit trying to reinvent it every single year. You're going to stress yourself out. So, yeah. And that's all I got to say about that. I apologize to Substack because I know I said I was going live, but it's a lot going on. On top of that, we switched internet providers and this internet is janky. So I don't know how long it's going to take me to upload this. So, yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this new format, hopefully, for Brittany's Bubble. Make sure, if you're not watching this on Substack, make sure you subscribe to my Substack. Right now, I have, for the month of February, for Black History Month, I'm going to allow you to support a Black content creator, me, for free for 14 days. You can sign up for my paid subscription for 14 days. You get access to all of my archives, all my old episodes. You get my first episodes, because after 2 weeks, everything goes in the archive vault. So you get my first 2 episodes of Brittany's Bubble, including the pilot episode. You get access to some of my older newsletters and some other crazy stuff that happened a couple of weeks ago where I wasn't in the perfect mindset, but you get all that for 14 days. And then on top of that, this is free, and you get a newsletter from me every Wednesday. I'm gonna add some more stuff to the subscription, probably some more deep dives into marketing, because it's going crazy, y'all, and like, I don't know what's gonna happen with this fool in office. He's getting rid of everything. I don't know what the school systems are gonna do. So I'm not getting on TikTok, so I'm not Hillman Talk. But you can go to Bubble College. It's still at HBCU. It's a community college. But look, you can get a good look. I am a proud community college alumni, okay? I got a really good education from TCC, and I don't regret any bit of it. So if you want to enroll in Bubble Community College and get you an associate's in marketing, go ahead and subscribe. Even if you subscribe for free, you get everything for 2 weeks. You get all my new stuff for 2 weeks free. So yeah, until next time, this was a good talk. So until next week, I will talk to y'all later.